Alright then. Sorry about that. Hey folks, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another bit of wrestling goodness. As you can tell, I'm in a pretty good mood tonight. Why is that? Well, tonight was a night that I've been looking forward to for the past couple months. NXT RIVALS. That's right. Another great little special event brought to you by NXT, the vastly superior brand of professional wrestling within the WWE. Yep. So, how well did this tonight do? I'm not gonna spoil a lot about what goes on in a lot of these matches because they were that damn good and you need to watch it for yourself. But I would tell you overall this was a great special event. And once again, NXT proves why they are the superior roster for the WWE. Alright, first matchup was impromptuly booked by Commissioner William Regal. It was Hideo Itami versus Prince Pretty Tyler Breeze. It was a very solid opening matchup. Had a lot of good back and forth offense between both Breeze and Itami. We also had another GTS tease from Itami. Didn't get it, of course. I wonder if they'll ever let Hideo Itami pull off the GTS. Oh, well, here's hoping. Anyway, in the end, Hideo Itami pulls out the victory. This was a great way to start the match up. Start the event up. I really not going to say what happens in this match because there were a lot of great spots in the match, so watch it for yourself. Second match, grudge match, between the big bad wolf, Baron Corbin, and NXT's human wrecking ball, Bull Dempsey, in a no DQ match. This will be the third time these two have met. The first two times, Baron pulled out the win. Now, this was a very back and forth no DQ match, with surprisingly not very much in the way of furniture or weapons being used. It was just basically the two of them beating the crap out of each other for a short amount of time. It seemed like Bull was going to finally pick up the win until Baron pulls off the end of days, his signature maneuver, and picks up the win. I have to say, out of all the matches tonight, this was probably the weakest match. Not to say it was bad or anything, but compared to the others, it felt... Now, this is where it could have really benefited from a 3-hour format. I'm not saying it should, but this really could have benefited from a 3-hour format because I felt the match should have gone on a little longer with more emphasis on the no DQ part. I mean, these two have already been in two very physical bouts before, and we need to see more of that. But I will say, Baron Corbin, a lot of people are calling him Undertaker 2 because of the resemblance he has with one Mr. Mark Calloway, but I will say that there's a presence, he has a presence about him that it can't be denied. He has a good look about him. He has enough innate charisma in just his entrance and his mannerisms that he really doesn't need to cut promos. He's just one of those type of guys that really doesn't need to cut promos to get over. I'm reminded of Bill Goldberg. He rarely cut promos, and we all know how Bill Goldberg was. So there's that. Next match was for the NXT World Tag Team titles. The new champions, I forget their... For some reason, I can't remember their names. Their names are just so generic. I'm just gonna call them the generic twosome. Not to belittle them, they're a very good tag team. I'm just saying that their name doesn't exactly endear anything that I want to remember. Their opponents, Kalisto and Sin Cara, the Lucha Dragons, you can remember them. But this was a very good tag team match. Kalisto continues to impress me with his moves. He is a very, very good luchador. This is also a very botchy match. No, well, not I would. Okay, okay. I retract that statement. It was not botchy. It was just more botchy than I would think to see in in an NXT match. There were times where they flubbed a couple of moves, and it seemed like they were just trying to. It's hard to explain. You just have to see it for yourself. But the tag team champions, the generic tag team, creator wrestler number 1 and creator wrestler number 2, pull off the win. It was a very good tag team match, although a little on the botchy side. What else? Next up, for the finals of the NXT number 1 Contenders Tournament, pitting Finn Balor versus Adrian Neville, or if for you indie fans, Prince Devitt versus Pac. Now, of course, Finn Balor came out in full body paint, looking like a mix between Carnage and the Devil, and I love his entrances. This is amazing. I love Finn Balor, and the fans love him too. This was a fan-fucking-tastic match. These two have gone back and forth throughout all over the world throughout the years in various different promotions, and this match was amazing. We had a lot of back and forths, a lot of amazing matches. We had some shoot wrestling. We also had some high flying. We had some counter moves. It was a fantastic match, and I enjoyed myself immensely. Let's see what else. I can't really name. There were so many good spots in this match. I'm not even gonna try to name it all. But like I said, you just gotta watch it. If you didn't watch it, then what the fuck are you doing watching me? You're watching my bearded black ass. Go and get the WWE Network and go watch it. Or steal it from a friend. Do whatever you can. This is a good match. Of course, Finn Balor picks up the win, so he is now the number 1 contender. Who will he face? We'll get to that later. Next matchup. Fatal 4-way for the NXT Women's title, with Charlotte, defending champion, against the Boss Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. This... Now, normally I would reference Little Karibo's Mark remark and probably say this was a piss break match simply because it was a Divas match, but I can honestly say this is quite possibly the best Divas match I've ever had the pleasure of witnessing. Not only was it nice and long, but all 4 women in this match looked incredible. And I'm not talking about their appearances. I'm talking about their in-ring ability. They all brought something different to the table that kept you watching. I mean, I was watching SVU in the background, and as soon as this match started getting good, I turned off my TV, and I would have my face firmly glued onto my computer screen, watching these 4 fantastic females do what they do best. This one match shamed the entire the main Divas roster. I mean, they were doing spots and moves and maneuvers and techniques I thought I would see from the male roster. I did not expect this to be this damn good. It was a fantastic I have no complaints. For the first time in probably a long time, I actually sat down and watched a WWE Divas match. And not once did I want to go take a piss, or get something to drink, or get something to eat, or masturbate 100 times, or play Candy Crush, or play Dev Pro. No, I sat here and watched for 20 minutes these gorgeous gals gallivant around this grandiose grandeur of ring and just wowed me. There was no one winner at this match. They all won. Bayley showed a newfound aggression that I frankly liked. Charlotte showed why she is the best female in the WWE today. Sasha Banks was friggin' desperate to get her belt. And Becky Lynch was Becky Lynch, being awesome. But in the end, there can only be one winner, and that winner was the boss, Sasha Banks, picking up the win. And even though Charlotte gave her a hug, she pushed her off and then held up the title. Like, I will say that Sasha Banks has some amazing soup coolers. But yeah, nonetheless, this was a fantastic Divas match. I would ask the main Divas on the WWE roster to take notes from this, but they'll never be that good. Just never. Never. As far as I'm concerned. Why did I like this match? Because when I'm watching a Divas match, it just seemed less about women wrestling and more like a bunch of catty bitches being catty bitches. They pull off moves, but you don't buy them, is what I'm saying. With the NXT Divas, they want to prove a point that they can wrestle. They don't just pull off one or two moves and just call those wrestling moves. No, they wrestle as good as the males of NXT. Yes, I said that. I repeat, they wrestle as good as the males on NXT. So if you find yourself lacking in any significant female wrestlers to appreciate in the WWE, you won't find them on the main roster. You won't find them on Raw or SmackDown. They're in NXT. And and this brings up a good point. I'm actually scared for Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Bayley to be called up to the main roster, because they'll be more than likely doing the job to lesser talented wrestlers like Alicia Fox, the Bella Twins, or worse yet, Eve Marie. Oh God. Excuse me. Got it. Hold on a second. Sorry, whenever I mention Eva Marie, my mouth I just get this gag reflex. I kind of throw up in my mouth thinking of that she actually has wins over AJ Lee and Paige. Oh God. Go away, Marie. And now, the main event. Yes, the match that has literally been almost a year in the making. The match that every true wrestling fan would have wanted to see. A match that everyone knew had to happen when Triple H signed Kevin Steen to NXT. We all knew it was coming. The match that we knew was coming from 2 months ago, when Kevin Owens destroyed Sami Zayn at NXT TakeOver, Our Evolution. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, NXT World Title. This was a great match. Not great in a technical sense, but great in a psychological sense. It was great because even if you didn't know the history between these two outside of NXT, if you didn't know about their epic feud that they had in ROH, where they spent all of 2010 beating the ever-loving piss out of each other, culminating in a fight without honor at Final Battle 2010. Even if you didn't know that, there was enough storytelling and psychology from both of these two men to let you know that this was a grudge match to end all grudge matches. And it pretty much was Kevin Steen just destroying Sami Zayn, and Zayn just barely been able to put up a fight. Now, it wasn't to the level of John Cena, Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam level curb stomp, because Zayne was still able to put up a good enough of a fight to make it into a good match. Now, like I said, the psychology of it was very, very good. Now, the turning point of the match came. I'm not going to spoil all the great spots. There are like in Neville versus Balor. There are a lot of great spots in this match, most of which I can't do any justice to. You just have to watch it for yourself. The turning point comes when Zayne goes for a springboard moonsault to the outside of the ring, and he hits his head on the back of the walkway. Now, I don't know if he was just really good at selling that injury or not. I don't know if that was real or not, but he legitimately looked like he was real fucked up in the head. Like, he looked like he concussed himself. And like I said, I don't know if this was kayfabe or not. I'll have to read some of the dirt sheets to figure out if he really is hurt or what have you. But after that, he just looked like he was just really out of it. And from then on, it was just Steen just brutalizing him. I mean, it was obvious that Zayne was after that failed spot on the outside, he couldn't put up any offense. He could just barely resist Steen just utterly destroying him with power bomb after power bomb after power bomb after power bomb. And even the doctors were coming out trying to assess the situation, and Steen just kept going on him. He was just relentless, like a great white shark tearing into a poor seal. Just destruction. And then the referee just pushed Steen back after like the 9th or 10th power bomb, and he just called for the bell and handed Owens the title. That's right, your new NXT champion, Kevin Owens, after only 2 months in the company, after only 2 matches, has picked up the belt. I'm not mad about this. This is one of those rare matches where I could care less who won the match because the match was that good. So yeah, Kevin Owens is your new world champion, but you know what that means. Eventually, he'll have to face Finn Balor. I'm gonna need more tissue paper. I'm gonna need more of this. But yeah, that was NXT Rival. My thoughts. Why the hell are you still watching this? Go watch it, man. It's only on the WWE Network. They're letting you watch it for free all the month of February. What more do you want? Like I've said, if you're tired of the same old WWE, you got an alternative. It's right there. They're giving it to you. NXT. You can't get no better than NXT right now. Shit. Go watch it. Stop. Click pause on the video. Open up a new link. Type in WWE Network on the browser and go watch it. It's on there right now. I want to watch the replay. I fucking love this show. Woo. Damn. But yeah. Those are my thoughts. So until next, so you know what to do. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe at the bottom. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave me some. I'll try to answer them as best I can. So until the next time, this is shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, saying good night and fight Owens, fight.